Hello. All right. I'm trying something different today. I am trying out trying separating everything out and see if I can just create the animation in the Unity itself instead of sprite sheet. But I have not done this before, so it's gonna be a learning experience. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll see. See if this is even doable. There's just a lot of body parts though, so I'm not sure if this is gonna be feasible, but we'll see. I'm just gonna not animate all these eye components separately, but I'm just gonna make it 3 variants. That way I can just kind of switch the eyes around. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out if this works. I mean, that's pretty good emote, right? That's good enough. How do I export this as a sprite sheet? And also, I'm not sure what this is. Why is there a pure circle somewhere? Right? What is that? Must have misclicked it. Or something here. That's from the arm. Okay. delete whatever this is. The vector layer. Okay. Okay, go. All right, so then permission error, access denied, traceback. What's that mean? But did not export. Mage art. I wonder why it's saying permission denied. Art, mage art. Use layers as nope, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, I can just save this as a PNG maybe. And I can probably slice it in Unity. Try that. It created this image here. How do I want to do this? In the art models, try adding that in. Write editor. Sliced everything together, or I mean, automatically slice them. So maybe in this case, I can just keep trying it. So let's do let's do it in the scene. And it's already there. Keep doing that. I could actually do that here. Let's create a create empty layer v2, and then add each component in here. 2D sprites. Right shape. Do I just create another empty here? Add component sprite renderer image. Gonna be let's rename all of this. Can I do that? I can't. Mage, right? Ah, here it is. That's huge. Do that over here. I should make this prefab first and just work in there actually. Go in here. I don't know how it's just gonna work. We'll find out. Head. Body. Left arm. There's just so much components. Ugh. Right arm. Left leg. Right leg. Eyes. And then actually in the editor, I kind of want to group these two together. How do I do that? Do something like that. think this will be fine. Good enough. Apply. Then I think it should have changed it to be, yep. Okay, so then I can just do body or head actually first. Right render. Head. Sorting layer. This is gonna be all player. Okay, children. This head needs to come down here. Five. Body. Left arm. Eight and 10. Why can't I rename these? I wish I could. Can I do that in here? Oh, I can. Damaged eyes. Okay, so those are updated. So now if I go here, it's hat, face, body, left arm. Right arm. This sorting layer is gonna be so that's just 5. Let's make this 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Wait, what is this one? 3, 2. Oops. Left leg. Two. Nice. Six or 5, 4, 3. Eyes are what, 4? 5, 4, 3. Two, 3. Actually, this will be 0. Okay, so I kind of recreated the normal sprite here. If I go back to normal one, that's huge versus the other one. So the scale needs to be like, that's still very big. Still really big. It's about the same. Yeah, look, almost the same. A little bit smaller, but that's okay. Do 9. Almost identical. Okay, let's keep that. This needs another the keep. To 0, yeah. Hey, so there's a recreation of that. This player has so much components in here. Copy these. If I could copy them, that'd be very great. I have to do it one by one. That'd be very sad. Lots of errors showing up.
things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, the things that fade away, yet we keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back.
I noticed it's a lot more clearer in here than the original version. It's a good thing.
Of things we know.
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of issues happening here. Oh, okay. First of all, rigid body. Box collider needs to be. I kind of want everything centered now this time. So move these legs, right leg. Get over here, left. There, I have it opposite. Left leg down here. Push it forward a little bit more. This is 3. This is 1. They're like this, I think. I have my, yeah, it's like in the middle. Sense. Okay. Colliders are set. Just changes. So a couple issues. Splitter render attached to player BF2 game object. That script is trying to access it. Okay. Because there's so many components, I'm gonna need to make them all arrays. Something in the drink. Oh, I should change my task actually. Do that real quick. What's up, G? What's up, Chai? Deals. You shouldn't be in there. It's my drink, not yours. We named a kitten two of the things. One's gonna be chai tea latte. The other one is ebi, like Japanese for shrimp. I like ebi better. It's a cuter name. Chai is a little. I think it'll take some time to get used to. Hey, there's a kitten. Look, there's a kitten. Hello. Say hi. What's that? adjust the cameras. I think I'm gonna change or actually get a copy of script somehow. Let's copy the script. Let's just make this priv. This one. Yeah, I think that settles that. And then, so I keep that script. And this one, player state machine also needs like double things. I wonder if there's gonna be a lot more. Please, hopefully there's not more of these weird errors. Good. Or I could have just remove these components from, or I could just disable it, right? That should have been fine.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost.
This one's a little bit weird. I'm trying to set the facing direction to
But we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
there's a lot of them, but I think the first one counts.
We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this.
Y, I think X, Y.
I wonder where you are. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious.
That flips, right?
Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious. That's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
There should be a couple more. Save all the overrides. But this doesn't follow the arc does not follow the transform. Oh, I could do actually this object's transform. Let me change this. Let me just do game object that transform. Yeah, I could do it that way. So first thing is gizmos. And the jump arc, which uses what? Start positions, collider bounds. Which collider bounds center X? So collider is get component box collider to the, which I only added the collider in the here. Technically should be moving with it, no? For some reason it does not. I didn't mean to do that. It moves with the player, but not with this guy. Yeah, she's back in the bed. You wanna take her? Oh. Need to fix that. Why is that happening? This should be like down here, right? What is this? Okay. What image is this then? Sorry. Okay. It's part of player V2 for sure. I wonder if it's grabbing the first box collider to the. If I do this, does that change anything? No. Okay. What of this? Variable collider has not been assigned. Oh, okay. I think I know why. Collider needs to be this collider. That's why it was happening. A lot of the plugging in I need to do manually. Okay. This is still true. Aiming ring prefab, it's gonna be aiming ring. So then if I go back, for all, now it should move. Okay, cool. So that part's fixed. Go back to it. Any errors? Not yet. Yeah. Let's kind of see how it behaves. I think it's gonna be very weird, but be surprised. Yeah, so a lot of them are not working. First error, damage flash material. Oh, nice here. Fridge still open. I'll be right back. Kind of forgot to commit all the changes that I made earlier, which I feel like it's gonna bite me in the ass. Think persistency. It did. change that make to here. Mm. All these down here is changed. So couple things I think I need to. I just revert it. No. Let's undo this. Not gonna be too bad, since I caught it early. Copy this one. So go back to revert it. We added that. We don't. Okay, we actually need render. Full control, death animation stuff, effects. These are all needed, so add that. Your state machine really didn't change. Doesn't try to do all this stuff. I'll keep that. Persistent is an issue. Keep this change. What is this transform for? Game object. Oh. Hard to tell. Prefab instance. I could remove that actually for now. This is already in prefab, so let's remove this from my persistent scene. This was how it was, and I just move it back here. How would this have changed the persistence? Rate and speed and position has changed. Let's revert this one. I don't know what this is. I think these are particles. Why doesn't it show me read, we call it revert stuff? Okay, yeah, it was the initial transform for that changed. There's two things that is part of it here. I think that's just the damage flash stuff. I think. Oops. Final ID. Kind of scared to change this. I think this is part of the prefab. Prefab instance, yeah. Oops. Revert to that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I think. What are the two errors here? More than one global light. Okay. Actually, make sure this works. That works.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to
Yeah.
reach out.
Okay. So those are good. I think I'm good to send it and commit the changes.
I know my limits. You can break me down, but
So close all this for now. Reopen it, make sure. those two things are there. Fade speed. This one. Then these sprites separated is new. Player V2 is new. Player CS only changes these renders. Names yet. Player Prev is supposed to be the old one. Yeah, a copy of it, so that's fine. Change that on need. So here, player death, animation, transitions. With those. Alright. Now we're back here. Go back to on validate for here. Which one is this? Facing direction. Wasn't I in player? It's weird. Oh. Close preview prev, because I'm not gonna modify that at all. Oh, because I checked these. Just gonna replace that. Then in the persistent scene, this guy, I'm gonna disable it. I'm gonna add the prefab back. There, V2 in here. Okay. Then let's go troubleshoot the issues here. From damage flash needs individual ones, so where is damage flash attached to here, right? Okay, so it's in children. Tutorial open for this. He had it and separated out to components, so I'm gonna have to follow a portion of this.
Brand new material. So let's select that. All right, so we've got something. So if you've never worked with a particle system before, this can all be very... So we're starting off with a very, very simple scene here with basically just a player and some enemies and some grass. You don't need assets to follow along with this tutorial. However, so we're going to dive right in and start off right with a new particle. So click here, go to effects and click particle system. Let's call this enemy damage 1. So this is the default particle system that it will set up automatically.
Oh wait, this is not that. This is the tutorial from before.
After watching this
Need to go to my history. Gonna be a lot of refactoring today, I think.
Hey guys, welcome. Today I'm gonna quick one. So right away, let's get the code set up and up his order and layer to something high like 8. So we're gonna set up 2 health scripts, one for the enemy and one for the spider, and we'll get that set up very fast. Go into your scripts folder, right click, create a new folder called enemies. Go in there, create a new C# script, call it enemy health. Click on enemy 2, let's just name him enemy, and let's drag the enemy health script on there. Let's also give him a box collider 2D. Expand that till you're happy. We'll set that to trigger. And let's also go back into our scripts folder, create a new folder called environment. Go in there. Let's create a new C# script called spider health. Let's drag that onto the spider game object. And let's add a capsule collider to that. And we'll position that like so and make it a trigger. So you might have multiple things in your scene that you want to be able to damage. So we're going to set it up so that you are able to do that. Let's open up enemy health. Let's get rid of this startup stuff. I'm going to serialize the field private float max health. Let's default that to 3 and create a private float current health. And we'll paste that into our spider. Get the code scripts folder. And let's put an update function back. But we are going to do this with a circle cast here. Less than health. You can actually get rid of the going to it's working. Set up a new layer. Go up here to layer. It represents our and if you change this to debug mode, you can actually see even private variables. So his health's at 2, 1, and now he's dead. Great, so that is working. And we could leave this here, but there are a few limitations to doing it this way. We are literally only running this for 1 frame, which is the instant that the attack button is pressed. And I would like to attack. Beat spider is within this damage zone. It should be working. Actually, you can click on enemy here, and if you change this to debug mode here, I'm actually gonna really do something. A public
Actually,
get
this is not
and
the
a
right one
public
either.
set.
Sorry, one sec. Which one was it? Damage flash?
Hey guys, welcome. An awesome way to add a little bit of juice to your combat is with a damage flash. And changing the tint on our sprite renderer isn't enough. We want to be able to use any color and apply some intensity to it. So we're going to create a shader that can handle that from scratch. Don't worry, it's super easy and I'll explain it all as well.
To be able to do this, go over here to shader graph. I'm going here and expand. I can start over.
We did
mask.
this
now
yesterday.
You can see that sprite default to alpha from our camera. Select post processing. Let's write that down for our editor. So we're going to called materials. Now let's grab a
This
reference
is the
to
one
all of our
part I
sprite
need.
renders.
So
in the
this
wait
is an
function.
array.
So we're going to say sprite renderers is equal to get components in children sprite renderer. And we're using get components in children because we attached the script to this parent object here, and all of the sprite renders are children of the enemy object. So now we need to set all these materials, and I'm going to do that in its own function called init. So in there, I'm going to say materials is equal to new material, and it wants us to set the length of the array here. And what we can do is pass in our sprite renderers.length. That now gives us a blank materials array with a length of 3. Now we want to iterate through these sprite renderers and assign their materials to this materials array. So we'll want to create a for loop for that. So we want that to be I is less than sprite renderers.length. So what we'll
Oh,
do
I need
is
all
say-
the sprite renderers also. So This is renderers equals that. It's gonna get components in children. The material is gonna be, oops. Renders dot length. Then for every one of them, materials I is renderers I, then material. Yep.
Okay, materials index is equal to sprite renderers index dot material. Okay, and let's call this function in our awake function after we have found the sprite renderers. Okay, now let's set up the function that actually changes the color. We're going to do that in a coroutine, so we're going to make this a private I enumerator. I'm going to call that damage flasher. So the way that we're going to set this up and make it work is we're going to start this in a full flash amount of 1 and then drain it down back to 0. This has a really nice feel to it, and they just flash immediately as soon as they take damage, and it looks really good. So what we first want to do is set the color. Then we want to lerp the flash amount. So to set the color, I'm going to create that in its own function. Private void set flash color.
We have to do all this.
You can just
here.
type 4 and then double tab, and we'll replace length with materials.length. And then we want to set our flash color on each of those materials to be equal to our flash color up here. So we'll do that by saying materials index dot set color, and it wants our name ID. If you go back into shader graph and you click on your flash color, you can grab the reference right here. This is what we need to manipulate with code. So we can copy that and plug that in right here. So we're going to set the flash color to be equal to flash color. Okay, so let's call that here. So now we need to set up 2 floats, one called current flash amount and one called elapsed time. Okay, and we'll default to go back timer. We're going to say elapsed time plus equals time and promote to all 3 of our materials. Oop. If I is less than materials.length, well, then we want to change the materials of the current index dot set float. And again, we can grab that from shader graph for loop. If I is less than materials.length, well, then we want to change the materials of the current index dot set float. And again, we can grab that from that and call it right here within our coroutine and just pass in current flash amount.
Would I need to do that while...
So we have to do it this way again, remember, because we have 3 materials that we need.
Each...
Now we can grab that and call it right here so that we're doing it to all and just pass.
So we set flash color first for every one of them, which is this one. Yeah, I think I need double for loops, not inner. Oops. This is for beginning. Right, and then another one. So we have 0. While flash duration, flash amount is that, and then we have to do another for loop here. Like that.
Pass in current flash amount. So we have to do it this way again, remember, because we have 3 materials that we need to change. So that's why we have this inside of a for loop, so that we're doing it to all 3 of the materials at the same time. Just to make this easier to call, I'm going to set up a public void called call damage flash. I want to call this inside of that function after applying it to a variable of type coroutine. So we're going to set up a private coroutine called damage flash coroutine. and we're going to say that is equal to start coroutine damage flasher. Okay, so in order to test that, I just need to call this function here when my enemy takes damage. So I'm just going to open up his enemy health script and put it right here in his damage function. So in order to do that, we need to grab a reference to damage flash. Private
I think that handles that, but I need to make sure that all my children objects have materials. So this is gonna be the that's part I need to redo. Okay. Currently this material is using all this. So I need to rewatch that early version of that tutorial.
So let's get started straight away by creating a shader. And you're going to need to make sure that you have the universal render pipeline installed to be able to do this. Go over here to shader graph. I'm going to go to universal render pipeline, and we're working with sprites. So we're going to choose one of these. And whether you want lit or unlit depends on whether you want lighting to affect the sprite in your scene. I do want lighting to affect him, so I'm going to use the sprite lit shader graph. I'm going to call this damage flash. And let's open that up. Okay, I'm just going to move this over here and expand our preview just a little bit. So first, we just need to give this shader the ability to actually display the sprite from the sprite renderer component. So in order to actually show something, we are going to set up a texture 2D. Let's just leave it at that for now. Let's drag that into the scene. And now in order to actually preview this, we need to sample it out. So we're going to drag that out, you can search for sample, and you can just, it's nice and easy with keyboard controls. You can just hit enter. Okay, to make sure that that's working, let's go ahead and set up a default texture. Okay, there's our enemy, and if we drag the RGBA over to the base color under the fragment here,
be
as well as
based
the
on,
alpha over to the alpha. So let's save that and go back into our project just for a second.
guy.
Now we're going to apply a damage effect to this enemy here, but this enemy has 3 different body parts, each with their own sprite renderer. So we're going to need to assign a material to each of those slots. So let's right click this and go to create material. Just call that damage flash matte. And let's assign those to each of our sprite renderers.
Okay, so going back to the materials, that main text has not been updated. It did not update. So if I copy this over there, okay. That makes sense. And then add that into all of these, right? All to zero. Then if I go
Spirit of things, we lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world. The things that fade away, yet we keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back.
back to material, damage material. Okay, cool. That works. Save that. We have another issue here. Close bracket expected. I think this is not the only error that we're gonna see though. Yeah, so lot of errors. So similar to that, I think I need to do that for the player also, because I got the renderer here. This needs to be an array of renderers. And then the awake. Get all those. So I need to do for each renderer.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Color equals render dot color. Set that there. I think that's it for that. Another, obviously, next errors. Okay. No reference object. The enemy initialize. Why is it having issue with this now? All the enemies are having issues for some reason. His enemy did not initialize properly, because I think it needs... Okay, let me go to enemy prefabs. There's something that I need to put in for here. Variant has its own. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay, let me go to scriptable objects. I think At assets, Scourge and idle base. Okay. Instantiate. Scriptable objects. Enemy idle base is dragged on. The enemy prefab. Still same thing. What is the issue here? Movement range. Player transform. Get transform of the player. This used a lot of places as position, yeah. Enemy has all these happening here. Let's see something. Am I missing some component to the enemy?
That into the scene, and now in order to add, and we are going to add a damage flash effect to go over here to shader graph. I'm going to go to universal render pipeline, and we're working with sprites, so we're going to choose one of these, and whether you want lit or let's open that under a component. So second, now we're going to apply a damage effect to this and go to here's the thing, everything actually looks fine. He's displaying as he should be, but that's only because we actually set our texture over here. If we change that to be none, then we get this mess of crap showing up in our project here. So what the heck's going on? Well, if you go to any of our sprite renders, you'll see that this warning here shows up. Material does not have a main texture property. So what it wants is for us to go back into our shader, and what we actually want to do is name this main text. Now you can see that names the reference to underscore main text. Individual body here is so important. Okay, so this is just end the mode called.
That's not it. Would probably attach to this one and see if I get something. Not hit any of that. Enemy start has issues with wander and all this stuff. It almost looked like I kind of didn't drag something on or something without realizing. So, all references happening. If I remove this scene and start there. Still the same issue here. $62. Wonder. So it goes from SOB or enemies at start, goes to idle, base instance initialize. Base class start. Can I attach that? Yeah, hit that. Okay. Game object has the clone loaded. Base that initialized. Transform, you got it. Player transform. Let me check the I actually check this. Can't really check if it's null or not there. Having issues now. Okay. Still same thing. I don't wonder initialize. Instantiated these. Why is there no idle wander? Hmm. Let me try it from the beginning. Did I actually try that? I don't know. From the main menu. Might not have well, same thing. Okay. Which is strange. So I have the enemy types and stuff saved. Steam data. We have 2 enemies. Their target is null. It's from the enemy aggro check. Game object with tag player. Oh, did I not tag the... That might be why. Player has to tag player, player v2 does not. Okay, that might be why. Simple change, simple fix. If I go back to persistent with this and play again. Okay, way less error. Move. There's gonna be no error. I think it's just an issue with the collider here at this point. Can move. I'll fall through. Okay. I think it has to do with the save files. Probably. Because the positions are all weird. Level 1-0. Let's put the player to be a little bit higher. I think that fixes it. Nope. Let me try delete the save file. Yeah, so that fixed that. And let me save this. Now the position should be fixed. Camera does not follow. The flash works. Okay, a lot of them still work. Okay. Do camera setup now. Target is player transform. It should be player v2. Maybe that'll fix that. Relatively easy change, it looks like. No respawning though. I think it's because actually I don't know why it's happening that. Start from main menu, see. I think the transform has changed, that might be why. Oh, that works. Kind of weird though, because I'm showing the player while it's fading out. Okay, reload scene works. Alright, all that stuff works, but the this part is a little different. Showing the player there. Check the prefab v2. Actually in the scene controller maybe. Would be in persistence. Main camera's fixed. Controller, save manager. Actually, there's no reference to this. Resource canvas doesn't look at player at all. No reference to the player here either. Okay. So what's the difference? Let's look at the code that's related to that. Close all this stuff. On player damage, take damage. Invisible is fine. Change, that's fine. Rumble works, but respawn at checkpoint, then goes to fade out, then player to checkpoint. Fade out, while fading out to nothing. But it looked like while fading out, the player was still there. Right? Looked like players in front. The Z position's the same. Transition canvases transform spot -5. That shouldn't be an issue. Nothing different. Layers are the same. Maybe. Oh, I see. No. The positions for all these are also 0. Try again. Can't figure out what's going on. Okay, let's debug. Reading out is true. While it's fading out, why are you still here? It's gotta be some kind of layer. Driven by canvas.
perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging me, go and come hard.
Oh, is it because I have... Oh, shit. What was that?
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
Didn't really change anything. But I think it did fade the player. I want to try here.
So right, so right, so right. I'm just going with the gut. Never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. There's a distance between us. It's getting
Okay, that seems to work. What if I had that set to 0?
Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the
Yeah, it stays there. Okay, so ordering layer matters.
I've been counting minutes for quite some time now.
And for the resource canvas,
And I've been counting days to get away.
I need the health bar also behind it. Position canvas -5. Main camera is -10. Oh, I think that's probably why. But I feel like this transform should also just be part of the canvas, no? Yep. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, so cute.
Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong.
Oh yeah, I smell that. I smell it. So I don't know why the health bar stays in the front. Also maybe this. Canvas. Some values are driven by canvas. Yeah, I am looking at the canvas. Right? Turn this back to 0. Yeah, resources. Zero meaning transition canvas should cover this. Oops. Oh, I wonder if it's because that like an overlay camera, because I didn't drag a camera reference in it. Maybe. Try that. Oops, I didn't actually do it. Actually, change. Maybe this works now. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to do. And that is resource canvas. Here, let's copy the camera. Oh, a camera's not a pro thing, so I can't save that. That's fine. The fact that the player is shown with, even though the Z space is within the sorting layer. Oh, because everything is in the sorting layer, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. So I add UI sorting layers and players and other stuff. Let's see. Okay. So for some reason, it looks like even though the position is -5, panel being -5. Seems to not do a proper. Does higher layer do draw first? Let's see. Layers at the bottom of the list will be shown in the layers at the top. Okay. So I should just make this player and then a UI at the top. Alright. And then UI here. Then all of these render will be done from render sorting layer, player. Okay. Apply all of those, and then any of these. Resource canvas. Sorting layer UI. UI. Should that? Sure, it works as is for now. Oh, that's not right. What just happened? It's something funky. We're probably gonna go right back to sleep here. Sorting groups. Okay. So I can make a sorting group here. What is happening? Why is it all of a sudden falling through some stuff? I mean, even if it's black, is she? I didn't see what happened. All of a sudden, there's so much of a falling through things right now. Oh. Hold on, be right back.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know.
I think the kitty needs some sort of teething toy or something.
In the spirit of things, we lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back.
Still black, huh? The Picassian transition controller?
Of things we know.
Oh god, that guy looks so weird. Weird, it has to be on the default to show. Seems like the input is buffered, which is not what I want also. Yes, the sorting layer is very interesting.
My love it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name?
Looks like the
Her name, yeah. My love it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy.
a lot of falling through the map right now. I think the collision detector is also having an issue, I think. Especially with corners. This is all fine, I think. Anything I need to look at the collision? Player V2 has the collider. Yep. For some reason, it used to work fine with the other guy, but now it's not. Camera needs to follow. Yeah, it's all like in the wall and all the stuff is fine. Never happened before. Something to do with she's underneath my bed. Oh, there she is. I think she's playing with the mhm. She's right here. I think she needs some teething toy. She's been chewing on a lot of like random things. Yeah. She just went right back to the bed.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Brought in the bathroom. The area is so small. Just for her to come inside and play with that, because she's like right in here. Oh.
Phil, come here.
Hello guys, I'm gonna actually finish the stream. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. And I need to figure out what's going on with this second version. For some reason I have only one collider, but the other version seems to fall through the terrain so much more. So this is the original version, which it's really hard to get it to like go between the like fall through rain. But if you go to the other version, which just has everything separated out, but you can see it only has one collider still. But this one, it just easily falls through. So I need to figure out what's going on with that. So I'll investigate this tomorrow, and then we didn't really get to actually adding like animation, but this is a step towards it, because having individual component I think feels pretty good and easy to animate later. So